G'day. Content can make a big difference to your business, now more than ever. Welcome to day 5 of the lockdown here in Malaysia, and content is something that we all seem to be consuming right now. We're either consuming it to educate and inform us about the coronavirus, this COVID-19 epidemic and how it's impacting us, or we're consuming content to entertain us. And that's really the two variables. It's either to educate and inform or to entertain. Now, I've been saying for years now that content is a massive part of any smart business marketing strategy. And now I think that's going to play out even more so than ever before. And what sort of content can you create? How do you actually start creating content? Again, we've all been creating content all the time with our Facebook and our Instagram and our Snapchat and everything else. So it's not that hard to do what I do, quite frankly, sit in front of my phone like this on a tripod and just speak to it. Some people say, they're not really good at creating content. They don't really know what to say. That's when the advice of someone like Gary Vaynerchuk, that we've talked about many times on this show, he would say, document, don't create. And right now, the sort of stories that you can document are pretty powerful. So if you don't know what to say, if you think that you're just going to get drowned out in the mess, doesn't matter. Document and tell your story, whether that becomes handy for you today in your business or whether it becomes useful for you tomorrow in your business. I've already spoken to a few people who've said that because they've started playing with content over the last few years, they now feel in a better space to be able to start creating informative, valuable content right now for their current customers and potentially future customers when we roll out of this thing. So the encouragement I guess I would give you is, if you possibly can, at a time like this, just start playing around with creating some content. Now, I know there's also a lot of people, frankly, like I am, who seem to spend pretty much all day trying to deal with the realities of the business implications of this COVID-19. So, we're frantically trying to get people back from various countries around the world, talking about our cash flow situation. So business still continues for a lot of people, even though they're on lockdown. But actually, that doesn't mean that you can't create the content. And maybe later you decide to worry about producing that content, editing that content, and actually putting it out. Maybe you don't actually want to publish all that content right now because some of it might be sensitive type of information. But if nothing else, it's worthwhile trying to just practice having that content creation going on around you, the document versus create scenario. Because for a lot of people right now is not the time to start playing around with various apps and various content creation tools and editing tools, because you just don't have the time. Like, frankly, I don't have the time right now. So regardless, I think content strategy moving forward makes sense. Educate or entertain. It's up to you which one you do. There's a hell of a lot of education going on right now. I think probably the world needs a little more entertainment. So if you've got a skill, or if you've got a talent, or if you think you're funny, or if you're good at telling stories or reading poems or doing anything, practice being a newsreader, practice being a sports commentator, because there's not a lot of sports going on. Watch a replay and be a sports commentator. I don't know, there's a lot of fun that you could have in creating content. Bottom line is, right now, if you're on lockdown, if you're not busy trying to save your company and save your business, then why don't you think about creating some content? Alrighty, that is it for today. I do thank you for your time, and I will be back again tomorrow. See ya.